Hi, everybody. I am going to have such a good show today. You know why I know that? Because I'm with my bud. This is SHEILA Petrocey-Green, and we've been best friends forever and ever. And I had to bring my notes, though. You know how you get in a car and you're driving with your friend and you're talking forever, and then you never get to your destination because you've passed it and you didn't even know? That's why I need notes for today, because we have so much to talk about. What's going on with you, girl?
I am just psyched that you're here, Violet.
Yeah, me too, me too. We are going to talk about Sheila's studio that we're in right now, right out of her home, which a lot of you guys may be interested in doing a business out of your home. This is a great opportunity to learn something a little bit different and to be motivated all over again. Sheila, you've got quite the background. Now, you didn't start out as a jewelry designer. What did you start out doing?
Well, my path is a little crazy. To get here, as you know. But I will say that I do feel like I was born an artist. And then convoluted education-wise, you know, I have my law degree and got sort of sidetracked. And sort of as a release from that, because I was very unhappy, I started painting and doing watercolors. And then I got into actually surface pattern design and designing textiles, which is, as you will see, very related to my jewelry.
Absolutely.
And
but you did textile design in New York City.
I did.
Yeah.
I did. I worked for a few years in Manhattan designing textiles for Wamsutta Home Products. After I designed textiles, I was making, as you know, a line of children hats called Petrocy-Green hats, and named after my little one. And I did that for about 10 years.
Right.
And
those were in stores all over the place.
They were. It was very exciting. It was a really exciting thing. It was lots of fun, and I've been very lucky because I have two little girls, and I've been able to stay home with them and work odd hours in the house, of course.
Yeah. That's the thing about a person working out of their home. You can be in your jammies, or in this situation, you can be in your grandma's wedding dress. That's what you're wearing today, actually.
Well, yes. As you know, I do have fun with everything that I do.
Yes.
And I did come across my grandmother's wedding dress in the basement and tried it on, and it's working for today. So we're having fun. We're having fun.
It just sickens me that you can still fit into a wedding dress from 100 years ago. I can't fit into something from last week, but that's another story.
Oh, well.
Hey, talk to me a little bit about your jewelry, your image jewelry ideas.
Well, my image jewelry is really unique in that what I do is I incorporate vintage textile designs and vintage images and objects and ephemera. I'll give you an example. The piece that I'm wearing right now is actually a photograph of this this garter, and it's back from the days. It's from France, and it's back in the days when gentlemen needed a garter to hold their socks up. And it's just a really beautiful, obscure object. I've had it. I've owned it for about 25, 30 years. Bought it without anything specific in mind. And, you know, when I started doing this jewelry, I remembered these. And this is actually one of my all-time favorite pieces.
Now, you also, on the back of it, is where you incorporate your textile.
So, and I will just show that, you know, I have one that's a little bit smaller. And then this is a vintage quilt on the opposite side there.
Is it from this one, or is it another?
It's not from that specific quilt, but
we do have
very
something from this crazy quilt.
Very inspired by I basically have a museum of textiles.
Yes,
as you
know.
do.
Yes, you do.
They're everywhere. They're behind the Wizard of Oz curtains in this room, in the basement, in the garage,
everywhere.
In the bedroom. They're everywhere. But this, on the back of this particular piece that I'm wearing, is a piece of antique Victorian lace. And what's so interesting and I think cool is that I'm preserving a piece of history.
Right.
This piece of lace happens to be silk, and it's falling apart and rotting and basically disintegrating. But in my jewelry, I'm actually preserving that the past and that little piece of jewelry. So I like to say that my jewelry is linked with the past, but thoroughly modern.
Yes.
I don't think it looks like, you know, an old piece of jewelry with my pendants.
It doesn't, but you also, we have got about 2.5 minutes left and so much to talk about. But I was just going to say the stones that you use and the beads that you use are only of the finest quality.
Well, thank you. I do use mostly semi-precious stones, and the really fun part is being inspired by the textile and the images, and then coordinating the stones with it. And yeah, this particular piece features a section of the quilt that you happen to have right on your lap, and you can see that again. It is disintegrating, but there's so much beauty to it, and to think that somebody put all that time and effort into it. And this is a really cool way to not only wear it, but to preserve it.
And that is totally a different image.
Yeah,
so you have something totally different. Two pieces of jewelry in one.
Yeah.
I always loved your monkey image. I think your monkey image is so much fun.
It is really fun.
Yeah.
This is called Muffet. Was such a delicate creature, and it's really hilarious. And it is from a vintage children's book that's over 100 years old. And then on the back again is a piece of antique lace, which is very hot right now.
Yeah, and this is cool too because, and then we have to talk about your angels and saints before we end up here, but this particular piece is one that I own, and this is my favorite because this is your version of Frida Kahlo. Right?
Well, it's a portrait that reminds us of her, certainly.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you do take pieces of artwork.
This is an antique portrait
that
I bought at an estate sale, an
Yes.
old portrait, and turned that into piece of jewelry.
And even some of your paintings you've incorporated into your jewelry.
My own artwork, sure.
And so there is an actual website which we'll get to in a minute. So get your pencils ready to find out where you can connect with Sheila. We've only got a minute left, so it goes very quickly. So I wanted to make sure we touch base for sure about this very quickly.
My All the Angels and Saints collection. This is the first one that I ever did. It is inspired by a group of vintage religious medals. I am a very spiritual person, and this collection is just dynamite. It's in tons of stores, and it's just kind of, everybody feels good wearing it. And I do donate a portion from every piece sold to charity with this collection. So this is really fun.
This is a big collection for you, a very successful collection. You do a lot of wholesale with stores across the whole area. Your jewelry's been on the red carpet. It's been everywhere, and right here out of East Aurora. It's amazing. I'm really so proud of what you do.
Well, thanks, Tom.
Yeah. Hey, why don't you tell everybody very quickly before we have to leave how to get a hold of you through your website?
Okay, the best place to get a hold of me is on Facebook, facebook.com/imagejewelry. And that's the best place to get a hold of me.
All right,
Yeah,
well, we'll
I
do
have
that.
the business page on Facebook. So
all right.
Image
And if you ever
Jewelry.
go to Taste and you forget all of this and you just say, I really love that crazy girl that wore her grandma's wedding dress with that beautiful jewelry, how can I get a hold of her? Come to Taste and check me out, because I'll make sure I can get you together with Sheila, because we hang out pretty much every day. So I'll tell you what, thank you, Love Bug.
You're welcome. And
I
also by
appreciate it.
appointment. People can feel free to give me a buzz and
Okay.
come on over to the studio.
I'll tell you what, you can't forget to also check out our website, and that's visiteastaurora.com. And also the coolest thing that's happening is we've got our videos on YouTube now. So you can see us all the time, and anything you want to check out with the businesses in East Aurora, I promise you won't be disappointed. We'll be right back.